Hey YouTube, it's Miss Dana coming to you guys with another video. And in this video, I am showing my quick and easy chili mix. Now, I have said a couple times in a couple of my videos that I'm going to post my quick and easy chili recipe. So I'm finally holding myself to my promise and I'm making my quick and easy chili recipe. And I usually only make it when it's kind of cold outside because it kind of sticks to your ribs kind of food. And in California right now, it's like in the 60s and that's kind of cold for us. So I decided it'd be a perfect day to make my chili recipe. Along with that, you'll see some other ingredients off to the side, but disregard that because that's for the treats later. So anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna pan the camera down so you guys can see the ingredients. So simple and easy. I have ground turkey, and the reason why I have ground turkey is because I don't really eat ground beef. And then I have Dolores chili. Hope you guys can see that. So I have two of them because that's some that was left over from last time. Same with the ground turkey. I have two of them. Any kind of tomato paste. You can use an off-brand tomato paste, whatever. Just 1 can of tomato paste. And then a chili mix, chili seasoning. And then a can of pinto beans. Now, you do not want to drain these beans. You want to use the whole entire can, including the juices. So, to go with my chili, I usually do cheese, onions, sometimes sour cream, and then I do Ritz crackers. That is kind of our favorite thing to eat with the chili. And then for this dessert, I'm going to be making sugar-free brownies. And yes, they're sugar-free because of my diet. So, sugar-free brownies. They are really good, so don't even hate on me right now. That's why you see the eggs and the oil and all that stuff, because I'm making sugar-free brownies. So, let's get started with this, and I'm gonna bring you guys over with me. I have my skillet here. Maybe I'll light the right aisle. So, we're gonna take our ground turkey and throw that into the skillet. And me personally, I do two things of ground turkey just because my family loves chili and I want to make sure that it's enough. So 2 things of ground turkey. And I don't know if you guys remember, but in my last video, I told you how to make the process even quicker when you're doing ground turkey. So we're going to do that process as well. Let me grab a cup of water. So we're just going to take a cup of water and pour the water into the ground turkey. And I promise you guys, that is going to speed up your cooking process by 50%. Okay? So we're going to let that start going. And then while that is going, this is our pot for our chili beans. So we're going to turn this fire on as well. Get that pot going. Now, you can add onions and bell peppers to your chili, but I personally do not care for onions and I really don't care for bell peppers, so I make it without it. And then when I serve it, I do dice up onions for whomever might want them. So as you can see, I poured in the whole cup of beans, including the syrup or whatever you want to call it, that the beans came in. And then I'm just continuing to brown my ground beef. And then next we're going to go in with the tomato paste. So, okay, tomato paste, let's get you open. Okay. I think I might have a little oil up here. Can keep slipping. So for a quick and easy way to get your tomato paste out of the can, you want to open your can up on both sides. And I know that might be weird to some people, but you can only do this process with tomato paste. Don't try to do it with anything else because it ain't gonna work. But as you can see, when you push it, it pulls the top off. So you can just pull up any excess that's on there and then just dump your tomato paste out. You see that? So all of the tomato paste came out, and then I just take the top off. And there you go. So you got all 3 pieces. So keep your turkey process going. This might look like a lot of ground turkey, but I'm telling you, once it cooks, it's gonna render itself down. And then, can y'all see in that cabinet? I want y'all to see in this cabinet. Can y'all see in this cabinet? Can y'all tell I'm a cook? Can y'all tell I be throwing down with what's going on in this cabinet? So we're gonna go in with some garlic powder. And I would say I use probably a tablespoon, not a teaspoon, but a tablespoon of garlic powder. Not garlic salt, but garlic powder, and that's just because my family loves garlic. Then you're gonna go in with some Lawry's, and again, maybe in with the Lawry's, I probably do, I would say a teaspoon of Lawry's. And then, like I've told you guys before, you always wanna salt your food. So I'm gonna grab my salt, and I can eyeball this because I've been making it for so long. So I would say like start with a half a teaspoon of salt, and then I would say about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm gonna turn this around so you guys can see. You wanna keep going with your ground turkey just to make sure that this is browning up really well. Oops, made a spill. Okay, and as you guys can see, that's browning up really well. And then I'm gonna get a spoon and just stir these beans with the tomato paste in them. Let me close this cabinet before I poke myself in my ear. These are the beans. It's not really a lot of beans, but. And then you can get your ground turkey going. Next, we're going to go with our Dolores chili. And I'm just working out any big lumps or anything that's in the turkey right now. So, but as you can see how quickly it browned. And then as this brick renders down, we're going to pull about, I want to say a little more than a half, a little less than a half. So we're going to let that brick down, cook down, I'm sorry, to less than a half. And then we're going to take the rest out of there and put it back in the freezer. So it's not going to be completely thawed out, so we have to watch it so it doesn't completely thaw out. But that's just another little trick that I have when it comes to trying to cook this chili, because that brick is so frozen. Okay, so there's your chili mix. Your chili mix. There's your ground turkey. And to that, we're just going to add the seasoning. So this is the chili seasoning. Okay, so that's 1 pack of chili seasoning. So I'm going to mix that up really well. And I thought we might have needed 2, but I think that we're good with 1 pack. Yeah, we're good with 1 pack. And gonna start a pot of rice. Okay, so my mom did not teach me how to cook rice this way, but I learned this as I became an adult, because rice tastes better to me cooked this way. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but this is a cup of rice that I have rinsed twice. Why twice? Because it gets all the starches off of the rice. And to me, it just cooks better. It's more of a sticky consistency, if that's what you want to call it, but it's just a little bit more thicker, and it's stickier. And that's how I like my rice. Well, my family, that's how we like our rice. So I'm gonna let that rice cook. And let me find a top for the rice, because you want a top on there. You want that to just let it go, and don't be peeking all in the container. Just let it go. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more water to that rice. And now I'll bring you guys closer. I'll bring you guys closer so you can see the consistency of this mixture. Now, can you see how thick it's become? That's what you want. You want it to be that thick. Okay. Last but not least, we're gonna add this to that. And I go with half of it first. I won't put all of it in there. I'll put half of it, mix it up. And then I think I'm gonna go with a little bit more. And whatever you don't use with your ground turkey meat, you can always freeze this for your next batch of chili. I happen to like a lot of meat in my chili. I don't like my beans and meat ratio to be equal. I like more meat than beans. And this is probably the perfect consistency for me right here, because you want to make it a little bit soupy, not a lot, just a little bit soupy. And the reason is you're going to put this over rice, and you want to make sure that your rice kind of gets a little of the juice as well. You know all that goodness. So we're basically done with the chili. This is the chili. This is the consistency. Again, if you want, you can always add onions. You can add bell peppers. Let me fix this camera. You can add onions, you can add bell peppers, you can add basically what you want to this recipe. However, I'm not a fan of onions. I'm not a fan of bell peppers, but in the end, I do chop up some raw onions, the yellow onions, because they're a little bit sweeter. So I do chop those up and put them on top as a garnish. And then I put cheese on top for a garnish for whoever wants cheese. And then for myself, I put a garnish, a little dabble of sour cream on top. Girl. I'm going to put a picture of the finished product at the end of the video. Please subscribe to my channel. It's me, Dana Dane, and I'll be coming to you guys in the future with more of my homemade foods, delicious desserts, and my little party drinks. Bye for now.